Welcome to the Carpe Boredom podcast. This is our first episode ever, and I'm Shelby, and I am joined by...
I'm Brandon.
I'm Clayton.
And they call me Logan around these parts.
Where do they call you everywhere else?
I don't want to talk about it. They tease me too much.
Okay.
All right, you guys are
All right.
wonderful.
So before we get into it, Logan had a story that he started to tell me,
Okay.
but deliberately did not finish because we wanted to talk about it on the podcast.
I wouldn't call it a story. It was more of
I
like...
can't-
An epic.
It was an epic poem.
Of all times.
Okay.
I'm starting to remember what it was.
Okay, Shelby, Brandon, you
Logan.
were the only ones allowed to answer this because Clayton already did.
Clayton, SpongeBob.
What would is the definition of the word molten?
That's what it was.
Is the definition of the word molten mean that it's like really hot, or it's something in its liquid form?
Liquid form?
I want to say liquid.
So if I were to go onto a lake,
I want to say it has to be a solid that's a liquid, though. Like something that was a solid turned into a liquid.
So yeah,
Does it
you're
got-
starting to
that
get where
raises-
I was.
that raises a good point. So if I were to go onto a lake and be like, look at this molten lake, is that an accurate statement then?
No.
No.
What if at one point that lake was frozen completely solid and then thawed? Is it at that point a molten lake?
No, because that's not the natural state of it at that temperature.
Oh, he got you.
But don't you think it's more fun to say that it's a molten lake?
I mean, yes.
Wait. Hold on. What did you say? It's not the natural state of it
I
at
feel
that
like-
temperature?
Like
If you have it at like normal temperature,
for
is what he's
a
saying.
majority of the year, it's liquid.
Okay.
So I'd say that its natural status at that lake is liquid.
Right. Lakes are by default liquid, not
Yeah.
ice.
So you would feel like if lava had flown and then cooled to rock, and I say, look
Flown.
at this frozen lava over here, that would not be an accurate statement, you don't think?
I mean, I'd be fine with it.
Okay, so then what is lava most of the time then?
Rock.
Magma.
Just like,
So then it becomes molten and then it becomes fluid and it's flown, according to Logan.
what's the past tense of flow?
Flown lava.
It's flunin.
Lava flumes.
What's the past tense of flow?
Flowed!
No, that next you're gonna tell me that the
ED.
past tense of blink isn't blunk.
Oh my god. Logan, you need to go back to kindergarten, please.
I won't. You can't make me. You're not the first person to tell me that.
God! That's so sad!
Oh, you sound like all my teachers.
You sound just like my mother.
Oh, that's a compliment. I like
Are we
it.
going to have an effing problem, teacher?
Oh, good
teacher's
God.
like- My teacher just goes, "Yes, you're 30 years old." I killed Brandon.
Great, Brandon. Good job. Good job.
Brandon's sneeze might be one of the funniest noises I hear on not a regular. I don't hear it nearly enough.
Why is that funny to you?
It's such a great noise. Because mine just sounds like a shotgun blast. Mine
Yours-
just like,
Hurts my ears.
well, because I don't. There's no lead up. I don't go. I don't inhale. It's just like I press my lips together with my teeth, and then I go, pa. Like it's just a really
Yes.
loud. It's a really loud plosive.
Let me interact what Clayton does when he sneezes.
Okay.
That's what
That
it looks
didn't
like
co-
when he fucking sneezes.
Oh, I was
believe
like
you.
waiting for. I was
It's
waiting to hear
ridiculous.
something.
It didn't come across on the mic, but
I know it did. It came across on video.
For
And
everyone
then he
else,
does
we
in
can't see
small
each other.
square
For
spaces.
our audio listeners, Shelby made a face.
right.
And like the shower, it's so tiny and it hurts my eardrums.
When
don't
I was a kid, my
understand.
dad used to sneeze and add funny sounds at the end of it. So you go,
Uh-huh.
hot chuber.
Oh,
Great.
so weird.
My dad's the best.
Nuh-uh.
I bet my dad could beat up your dad. No.
No.
Wait, can you make that happen? Can
No.
we do that? My dad? Your dad beat up my dad? Yeah.
No.
So what's everybody been up to this week?
Before we answer that, so
Okay. Sorry, trying to lead the show, and I'm
Fuck
not the
you,
show leader.
Clayton.
what? My show. What have you guys been up to the past year?
I thought
Maybe.
you were about to say the exact
Hey
same.
guys, what have you been up to the past millennium?
Well, most of it I didn't exist.
Right.
I know what you've been doing. You've been fucking making Carpe Boredom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it is the 1-year anniversary of Carpe Boredom on April 7th. That's next Sunday. Can you believe this?
Well,
We've been doing this for
you don't
a year.
know. You don't know when people are gonna watch / listen to this.
Listen.
Could be 10. It could be 10 years ago.
Yeah, way to date the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
I will tell you the exact day of the episode that's going to come out. Like, it doesn't matter. It's podcast number 1.
No, you fool! They won't listen now.
You fool.
They'll turn
God.
it off.
This is
You
what
got-
I've been dealing with for a year.
We got to name it like podcast number 38. It's like a checkbook. You're not allowed to use like the first
No,
several.
it's 69.
Start on episode 69.
Yeah,
Darn
do
it,
people
69.
still understand what checkbooks are anymore?
I write like 5 checks a month.
That's true. Yeah.
What? Get in the digital age, sir.
I mean,
Yeah, have a robot
can't
do it
really-
for you.
I can't. My mom doesn't want a check.
Doesn't want to check, so then why are you saying you're writing checks?
Or no,
I don't
she doesn't
understand.
want. She doesn't want to get on like Google Wallet. Is what I meant to say. Cut that part out.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Cut that part where I messed up out.
We're not cutting that out.
Make me look real
Anyways.
smart.
In celebration of having done this shit for a year, we're going to have a stream on April 7th from 12 p.m. until 12 a.m. So that's 12 hours straight of us doing all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure that you watch us at twitch.tv/carpeboredom or at our website, carpeboredom.com. So I want you guys to tell me, after doing this for a year, what you have enjoyed the most.
Jordan.
Playing video games. That's the part that I like the most.
Are you
Okay.
sure it wasn't filing all that paperwork? I feel like you really enjoyed that.
That was a lot of fun. I did enjoy that. I learned a lot, and then I forgot everything as soon as all the paperwork was submitted.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's
Like
kind of
you
how
do.
it goes. Yeah,
I'm going to say
Um,
our Monday meetings is my favorite part.
those
I-
those
the
have
part
always
the part that nobody hears.
The
right,
part
those
that
have always
nobody
been
reasons.
fun. Those are the podcasts that will never air.
God, no. There are so many inappropriate things. And you guys drive me absolutely bonkers in those fucking meetings.
Mhm.
But it's a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah,
Not going to
good
lie.
time. I mean, those are kind of like us not actually doing anything that gets produced. That's kind of the us time of us just like hanging out.
Yeah.
And for the same reasons, like that's the part that's some of our funniest moments, but it's also the parts we can't ever release.
Yep.
There's so many inside jokes that have come from those meetings, too.
It's just too damn
Yeah.
funny.
It's too hot for the internet.
It would break the internet, yeah.
Yeah. Brandon, what about you? I didn't hear anything from you.
The 50,000 logos I made.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed
We have
doing
made
the different
quite a few.
variations.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
neat.
we had.
You're
Go
gonna
ahead.
have quite the portfolio by the
Oh,
time
yeah.
you are looking for employment.
That's very true.
It's like, look at all these pictures that I put behind these same 2 letters.
Look at all this branding.
Well, I
If
have
you're
to
interested,
say,
here's a card.
that my favorite part was because when I was in like high school and stuff, I always liked recording like silly videos with my friends. If you go look at my personal YouTube channel, which I will not be putting up publicly, find it yourself. I just used to make like silly videos and put them out there. And then when I came up with the idea for Jordan, which was just like some offhanded comment once when we were first starting, it turned into like this whole series. And I just love getting in front of a camera and just being goofy for a few hours and then just making something out of it. That has been my favorite part, to be honest.
So yeah, at the PAX presentation, they were like, they didn't really know when one person would stop talking, who was supposed to start talking next, and they would kind of talk over each other because 2 people would start talking at the same time. Like they didn't have a planned set, and then when it came time to show the gameplay trailer, it was in 4K, which I can believe there on the monitors at the show, but it was running at something like, it looked like about 15 to 20 frames per second. It was watchable, but it was noticeably stuttery. And then so we watched it all the way through, and people were still excited because it was cool to watch. And then he was like, "Hey, can we get that running better?" And then he's like vamping. He's trying to tell. He's like, "We worked on this for 5 years. We want you to see it and see all the work that we put into it." And then they're like, "Okay, we got it fixed." And they run it again. And it's still glitchy. It runs for like 20 seconds, and then they cut it off. And
You'll see it on YouTube.
then they're like, "Okay,
Just where I
okay,
saw
we
it.
think we got it this time." And then they finally run it a third time, and it runs fine. But I was just like, I've seen it now like 1.5 times.
Now I'm bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch this anymore.
There's no
Would've been-
shock factor.
It would be
Right.
great if they planned that, and then for the third one, it was just a totally different trailer.
That
Oh,
would
that
have
would
been
be
great.
cool.
What else
But
does
yeah.
Gearbox make?
The Borderlands.
Just Borderlands. Did they make
No, they made a
Rage?
few things.
I don't know what that is.
Gearbox Studios. Yeah, Borderlands. Bunch of Borderlands. Battleborn. I forgot about that.
They made a
Uh,
Half-Life 1 expansion. 2 of them, actually.
They made Aliens, Colonial Marines.
Aliens.
Oh.
They made We Happy Few, apparently.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the thing. That's what I was looking at. I'm scrolling down their Wikipedia thing here. They apparently acquired the Duke Nukem license.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Pro Skater 5. I was like, they made Battleborn, which nobody played, Aliens Colonial Marines, which nobody played, and Duke Nukem Forever, which nobody played.
I played Duke Nukem Forever.
As you said,
Mm.
nobody played.
Wow.
Ouch.
Got him.
My
They
feelings.
did make Bulletstorm and Tony Hawk 3, which are certified bangers.
How do you get the certification for that?
It's a whole process.
The
There's a lot
Banger Patrol comes along. It's complicated and stupid.
There's a lot of they got a bus that they just roll up. Pro Skater 3, I like that. I Pro Skater 2 is always going to be my favorite, just because I spent the most time with that. But they're headquartered
Pro Skater 2
in.
was the one that I would go over to my friend's house and we just play Tony Hawk all day.
They are headquartered out of Frisco, Texas.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, take a trip.
Go there,
On my
steal an
favorite
early
ones.
copy of Borderlands.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's this other part where Randy turns around and he shows like, oh, they had this jacket made for me because he was wearing a jacket over a suit jacket, and so he takes off his over jacket and reveals like this bedazzled rhinestone 3 on the back of his suit coat, and like he just stands there. He's just like, and it's a solid 30 seconds where he's just like, and like the applause has already died down, and people are just like, are we so?
Look at
What
it.
do we? I get it. It's a jacket. Okay.
Aren't the
you
people
can-
who go to those press conferences, aren't they press and not like gamers?
Not
Um,
necessarily.
I mean, PAX being kind of what it is, it's kind of open. I don't know if this was a press-only event.
Well, I mean, what's the line on press nowadays, anyways?
Yeah,
It gets so
Yeah, but-
blurred when it comes to gaming.
if you got 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, you're an influencer.
Your press.
Yeah, exactly. There was also another big announcement that Clayton and I
Mhm.
were talking about the other day. Stadia. Did you guys
Oh,
hear
yeah,
about
Google
this?
Stadia.
No.
Oh yeah, is that the streaming console?
It's
Mhm.
Google's gaming console.
You
But
can
it's
imagine
not
how
a
excited I
console.
am for experiencing something like that.
Yeah,
that's gonna
Logan,
be
you're
real
fucked.
great, real great for me.
Listen,
Can't wait to get 2 frames per second.
okay, it's not everyone's fault in the world because you decided to live in the middle of fucking nowhere
Listen, dude,
where the
it's
internet
not just
sucks.
me. The majority of America has shitty internet. It's not
It
just
is-
me.
It is a legitimate concern.
But
It
It is a
we will
big
get
problem.
there. Fiber just needs to get more expansion. And if we can
Listen.
get all on fiber, great.
in like the mid 90s, the government paid a bunch of fucking I'm about to get real soapboxy right here.
Okay.
But in like it was like the mid 90s, I don't remember exactly when it was, but the government
Put on
paid a
the
whole
intense
bunch of like
Alex
internet
Jones
service
music behind
providers
him.
to increase their technology so they could have high-speed internet to the whole country. And you know what companies like Bell South and AT&T did with it? Nothing.
Got
They
bought
didn't
out
do-
and don't exist anymore.
No, they didn't do anything. They sat on it and spent it on other shit. It gave their CEOs raises, and they didn't do
Cocaine
anything
and
with it.
strippers.
And nobody's holding them responsible for it. The fucking internet service provider I use, Windstream, just went bankrupt. I got a notification in the mail today talking about what my options are going to be after the company goes under.
Are you
They're
serious?
gonna cut off my internet access.
I don't know if I'm going to have. I seriously don't know if I'm going to have internet soon.
I'm sure that someone's going to want to swoop in and try to get some of that business.
The
Although, how
The-
much
all
business
the
is there
people
really
out
out there?
the infrastructure's there. The infrastructure's there. Just somebody needs to buy it and run it.
You
But
could get HughesNet.
It sounds like you need to go
I
ahead
don't
and
want
make a
fucking
move,
satellite
Logan.
internet. That's awful.
You should just go ahead and move to Texas. Come on.
Move to South
Just tell you.
Korea. They got the best internet in the world.
Oh my God!
to.
They got
Let's
blistering
relocate.
internet.
No.
Let's go. Let's go live next to the PUBG studio, whatever they're called. I don't remember.
I was
Blue
telling-
hole.
I was telling Shelby there's a streamer in like Australia somewhere that uses her cell phone's Wi-Fi hotspot to broadcast to Twitch.
Good God.
Because
Yeah, Australia's
because-
worse.
her home internet gets like, I don't know, 15 or 20 or something like that, and her upload is like 2 or 3.
Oh, that must be
Oh.
terrible.
Oh yeah. But her 4G LTE is like 200 or 300 down and like I think like 100 up.
How do
So
I
she
test
has,
my
like-
How do I test my cell phone's internet?
You go to speed test has an app, but you can also do a Google search for the word speed test, and they have a utility built in the search.
Okay, I'm gonna do a speed test on my LTE
Right now?
right now.
Okay.
Let's all let Brandon do one on yours and Clayton do one on yours. Let's compare
Yeah,
All
I'm-
the
right.
three
interested
different
in this, actually.
locations.
So I actually have the app on my phone, so this will be real easy.
I don't
So
have.
we're doing this on cellular, right?
Cellular.
Yeah.
So log off your Wi-Fi.
I have to
Turn
download.
off
it.
device.
Oh, I can just use the Google one.
You just do the.
I'm
search.
using the Google one.
Hey, turning
So
off.
my
Turning off
download is
Wi-Fi.
9.4. Yeah, that ain't gonna work for me.
Run.
9.4.
That's a no from me, dog.
9.4 download. Hold on, let me get the focus to work. 9.4 download, 0.28 upload.
Good God.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
So my home internet sucks, but my LTE's worse. So that's not a viable option for me.
So I got 36.8 down. It's now testing the up, which is usually the worst part.
Hey, mine's going on the up right now. All right, mine's 79.3 down,
Wow.
6.23 up.
Okay.
Holy shit. That's why you're able to have, like, I think you're on the same provider. We're on Sprint. I think, Brandon, you're also on Sprint.
Yes.
Fucking hate Sprint. As soon as I can, I'm leaving. I'm going back to Verizon. I hate
We're
that I
not suppo-
can't be on my phone talking to Clayton and be on Google Maps at the same time.
Are you serious? You can't do that?
You can't do
No,
that with Sprint. Their
so mine
network
is
doesn't do it.
So mine is 36.8 down, 3.68 up. So it's exactly 10 times faster up than it is down.
It's half of what Brandon is.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are surprised. Yeah, you can't do that on Sprint's network. You can on Verizon's
But
network, though.
I've seen.
I can do it on
Ashley
my.
did it.
I can do it on mine.
Was she connected to Wi-Fi
No, like she used the GPS in a car.
while she's talking to someone? Is it
Yeah.
through actually talking, not like
So
Discord or
No, through like phone call.
does she already
So-
have the map set up? Because if
Like
you have the
destination
destination
set?
already set up, then it's fine. But if Clayton calls me and I'm talking to him and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to go to the grocery store or something like that, and I try to pull up Google Maps on my phone and I'm not at home, it will not be able to load it to be able to give me the directions.
That's very strange.
Clayton has some kind of knowledge about why all that is the way it is.
it's CDMA. Like the CDMA platform is not made for like I think it's like it's not technically dual band, but it's basically the same thing as dual band.
It might
Like-
also be a part of your plan.
No, it's literally how Sprint has always advertised. The only time you can do it is if you make a call over LTE instead of so you can technically make calls over data, which is just voice over IP. In that mode, you're still using your data radio to make the call. So imagine basically like a Facebook Messenger voice call or a Discord call. Those are going over data, but a phone call goes over the 1X. I think they're still running on 1X.
Good God.
And so that basically turns off the data radio, the CDMA radio, and it can't do more than one connection at once.
See, that's another thing where all these ISPs have the infrastructure to upgrade, and they can easily just make it better for everyone, but they fucking won't. I hate ISPs.
Logan's on a roll today. I did not mean to push that
Yes.
button.
That's a hot button issue for me. That and anti-vaxxers.
So we're gonna get back to Stadia because yes, Logan has shit
I thought you were gonna
internet,
say anti-vaxxers.
but this is really interesting. And so I was a little worried, I'm not going to lie, whenever Clayton was talking to me about this. I was like, well, this is just going to destroy like PC gaming. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Stadia is basically going to be Google getting into the gaming world, where you will pay a monthly fee and you will be able to use their servers to play the video games. So they'll have a selection, like a catalog of games that you can play, and everything is going to be run on their server. So you don't have to have a high-powered PC or laptop because the graphics, the game, all of that's on the server. So you can just
Right.
literally play any of the games in their catalog, whatever fucking machine that you're on.
But
That-
the whole point of PC gaming is that people mod games to hell.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the point.
So there are massive positives and negatives with this. Like the positive is like all you have to have is internet. Like you don't have to have a $2,000 PC. You don't have to have like all this kind of stuff to make the game. You don't have to buy a new console every several years. You just keep your subscription up and have fast internet, and Google handles the rest, which is great from a simplicity standpoint. Because like ideally I can imagine a dream scenario. Like we have a projector in our bedroom. We don't have a TV.
Oh my God.
It would be amazing to connect a Chrome I forgot what it's called.
Book?
Chromecast.
Chromecast.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I wanted to say a Chromebook, but you
I
could
see
do it,
where you're
but no.
going with this.
Yeah, connect a Chromecast to the projector and play like
4K 60 frames?
Overcooked
doesn't do-
on that
but-
whole wall.
But yeah, to play up-to-date AAA titles on a freaking Chromecast, and all it uses is our internet bandwidth. Like that's a dream scenario, rather than lugging my PC in there and connecting it, or connecting a Steam Link, or anything else, or like a 8-mile long HDMI cable. Like there's a million ways I could do that, but the Stadia is just like, no, just let us handle it. You got the internet, you're good. The negative of it is like you don't own these games anymore, and whenever we say so, or whenever the license runs out, you can't play them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that super sucks.
I would be super excited about it if it was feasible, and not just for me, but like for like everybody to just kind of get on board, and like, you know, oh, I want to play Assassin's Creed, Beer Bong
Odyssey is
Edition.
the one they were doing.
But I don't have a computer or a console that can handle it. Oh, I'll just play it on my Stevia. What's it called?
Stadia.
Stadia.
Isn't Stevia like a sugar or
Stadia.
medicine?
Stevo. The Google
Stevo,
Stevo.
my jackass Stevo, and like it would be cool. It would be cool, and if it worked for everybody like out of the gate, but it's not. It's kind of it's going to be exactly like VR was, where it's like
Right.
only a select few people and it's not even based on hardware. It's going to be based on location are going to be able to do this.
I like that you bring that up. You say a few select people. Literally, all 4 of us own VRs.
Yeah, but VR is
more
for
popular.
hardware. We all have the hardware to handle it. But for the Stevo Beer Bong edition, it's gonna be, it's gonna purely be based on location and internet quality. And if you don't have it, you're not gonna be able to play it. There's gonna be no way.
Well, it's baby steps, right? Like,
Unless Google's gonna literally go around and lay down the foundation for an entire country to have gigabit internet, which I don't think even they have that kind of money.
no. But it's baby steps. Like, we can't not make something because we know the internet sucks. Like, we're going to create something that's revolutionary, and maybe a lot of people won't be able to use it, but maybe some people will, so that we can continue to tweak this technology, and the internet will come.
Right,
The
that's why
internet
I'm saying
has
it's
to
like
come.
VR. That's because with VR, it was based on what hardware you had, and you had to have like the latest and greatest video cards. And as time went on, and people started upgrading their computers, and also it became less strenuous on the hardware to run. Excuse me, I burped in the middle of that. It became less strenuous on the hardware to run VR. It became more open to everybody. Now, like 5 years ago, if you wanted to run VR, you had to have like a crazy expensive video card and a crazy jacked up computer. Now all you need is a PlayStation 4.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am excited for this kind of technology to like pick up, take off, and get better. But
you keep talking about VR, and I just before we started saw this thing from Valve, and I don't have any details about it yet.
Is it their new
But
controllers?
It's not the controllers. It kind of looks like a controller because it's being held in someone's hand, but there is a Steam page for the Valve Index, which looks like a new visor.
Another one?
And
a new visor?
yes, a new. I can see 2 cameras on it. There's like a slider on one side and a button on the other. It looks like
that.
the IPD. But yeah, it's called the Valve Index, and I can only imagine it's called the Index because it has like finger controls, like finger actuation controls.
Like a regular controller?
No. Like gripping controls. Like you
They're
On the
new,
face?
That's what you're going to grip the...
They're new controllers
Well,
that people were using were like,
yes, the knuckles.
yeah, they were like finger tracking and everything.
Which, if it's called the
Oh,
Index,
that's cool.
you have an index finger, which that could be a vague.
I mean, not
Reference to
everybody
it.
has an index finger.
A,
Right.
a,
Ableist.
sig- a significant portion of people have index fingers.
Better.
Thank you.
I was born with 4 pinkies
And 1 index finger, so it still applies to me. But
on my foot.
I've got opposable index fingers.
God.
sounds horrifying.
But yeah, you kept mentioning VR, and I was like, there's a new thing I just read about, but I haven't had a chance to look into it. That's pretty cool. Just in time for us to revamp all of our VR hardware.
Great. I got a PC that'll run it now, though. Logan's talking
Yeah, you
about
do.
people upgrading their PCs to be able to run VR.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's compatible with like the Vive, I'll upgrade my controller. I don't really like the Vive controllers.
So no, I'm talking about the visor.
There was 2 things. Look, Clayton was talking about the visor, and Brandon was talking about the new
The
controllers,
knuckles.
which
Yeah.
they keep have. I get it. Like, I was just on the soapbox about this. Like, technology, we gotta slowly make our way. But God, they just had a new fucking visor. Now we got a new one coming out, and we got new controllers.
That's
How
the pace
old
of
is the Vive
technology.
at this point?
Yeah,
like
technology
it
grows
just came out.
exponentially.
I feel like the original 5 was maybe like 4 years. I don't know what it feels like.
Talking about time passing, I didn't realize how long the fucking Xbox One and PS4 has been out. It's
Yes.
been a while. It's time, right?
It came out around it came out the same year GTA came out.
I mean,
Oh shit.
usually
sure.
consoles have about a 10-year lifespan, so no, they still got a few years left in them.
But they're working
Oh.
on that shit. We're gonna start
It's-
seeing
it's-
some
Well,
project
yeah, but they
names
were
coming out.
working on the 1 and the 4 at this time during the 360 and the 3's life cycle. So
The
it's like,
Vive is more recent than I thought. It was June 7th, 2016.
So less than 3 years.
Yeah, but
Huh.
go to the Oculus.
I thought it was way longer than
That's- That one's old.
Yeah.
We don't talk about
yeah,
the
maybe that's
Oculus
what
in
it
this household.
No,
felt longer.
fucking pizza shit.
We're all Vive people up in here. Speaking of, I want to break out that vibe. I want to play some more VR games. It's fun. I just have to worry about not getting motion sick, but I finally watched John Wick, and Logan, I cried hysterically at the beginning. Spoiler
Why?
alert. Dog dies.
I'm not watching that movie.
But don't worry, he gets his fucking revenge, man.
Yeah, but the dog died. So...
Yeah, you probably shouldn't watch this movie. You'll probably cry even more than I cried. But there's a John Wick Chronicles VR.
Yep, and I own it.
Fucking,
What
I
is
know
that?
you do. I want to play
What
it.
does that mean?
It's
To
basically
watch the
it's a
dog
shooting
die in
gallery.
VR over and over again.
Oh God!
God, oh, it's so dark.
But yeah,
Well,
it's
well,
a-
sign me up for that.
It's a rapid fire shooting gallery where you're just like, bah, 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 just like left and right.
That poor dog.
Jesus,
Oh, great.
it's like that RoboCop scene where you just blast him away.
Speaking of lots of violence, there was another game that was announced at PAX. What was it called?
Okay. Oh, blood
I'm-
something.
Blood Roots.
Bloodborne.
Blood roots?
Blood Roots. It's a really freaking good-looking game. It's
Bloodborne,
very
Second Soul.
gory.
Bloodborne. We can talk about some Sekiro here in a moment.
Oh yeah, Clayton is so excited about that. Yeah, but so when
It looks. Oh,
when Blood Root comes out, Roots,
Root.
I definitely think Clayton's gonna probably play that, and I'm gonna co-pilot
It
that
looks
shit
cool.
with him.
so it looks like I've seen this game called. There is one game called 12 is Better Than 6, I think. And then there's one on the PlayStation that I can't remember. It was like this twin stick shooter, but it was like Old West style. And it was something like double barreled or something like that, twin barreled something. I thought
Got me.
it had barrel in the title, but
Barrel.
yeah, there's a game called 12 is Better Than 6 that I think it reminds me of. Let me make sure I'm talking about the thing that I think I am.
Lock, stock, and Cracker Barrel.
Ooh, Cracker Barrel. You're making me hungry, Logan.
Man, I miss those chicken and dumplings. I haven't had that in a while. I'm due for some dumps right now.
Why does everyone think that their dumplings are so fucking great? I am sorry.
Why
That is
I'm
Maybe
more
not
because-
questioning why Logan called them dumps.
Maybe because they're fucking delicious?
because they give him dumps, maybe after he. eats them?
No, they give me yummy tummy.
That's how you know they're good.
No, they're not good. I'm sorry to
wrong.
burst your
I'm-
fucking bubble.
I'm
They're
sorry
okay
to tell you
dumplings.
how it is and how to tell you your business, but you're wrong
Listen,
as hell.
Shelby just
Logan.
wants a big old platter of veal parm.
no,
Veal
No.
parm?
It-
no,
It was called
Big
Westerado
cows.
Double Barreled.
those baby cows. And Logan, you don't know shit. It's not like you're a chef or anything. Those dumplings
Excuse
suck.
me, I'm a chef on the internet. I think I know a little more about cooking than you do, pal.
Uh-huh. Who makes all that fucking food?
The restaurants we buy it from. I mean, me.
I made a couple of those. Thank you. All on my own.
But Logan made the liquid napalm, so
Yeah, explain that.
Oh, good
that
lord.
fucking video that we
It's
watched for the
terrible.
tutorial of the what was it? The rock candy for the Breaking Bad episode.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. She said it's liquid napalm. Watch out.
And but
we watched that so many times. We were making fun of it, and then I said it in the video.
I had to leave it. Like I couldn't cut it out because you said it right in the middle of like like where you had to move it from one area to the other.
Yeah.
God. That's a fun show to make, I'm not gonna lie. Gives me so much anxiety.
Yeah,
It's
I can't be
difficult.
involved.
It's difficult getting all of that stuff like organized and put together, and
Nah,
But
I think
it's
you think about it too much.
Eh.
Just turn on
Because-
the camera and let's go.
because you don't have to make sure that we have all this stuff and like this is the script that
I
we're
mean, we
gonna
did
use.
the Halloween episode.
Because I literally ordered everything and
finale.
Amazoned it to you, and got the script written up. Shout out to Ashley for helping me get y'all organized on that one. That
I don't know what
was
you're talking about.
yeah.
We were
Mhm.
perfectly organized on the Halloween one when it was just us.
Uh-huh. Oh,
We
goodness.
got it done in the time frame set for us.
Almost didn't have a pumpkin, but
I mean, we would have figured something out.
I'm sure we would have.
We got totally sidetracked. Clayton was talking about a game. What was
He was
it? What did
Googling
you
the
find
game.
out the name was?
Well, there's a game called Westerado Double Barreled, which
Westerado.
is similar to what I was trying to think of, but I don't think that's the one I was thinking of.
Is anything like the Canyonero?
No, I don't think so.
It's a
But yeah.
Simpsons reference. Look it up.
Simpsons.
What's your next item of discussion?
There was another game that came out at PAX East, Dangerous Driving. I figured you'd be all about that, Clayton.
Oh,
They were talking about it in the
Oh.
context of like Burnout.
yes. So
it's brutal wrecks and a lot of action, and it's all in slow mo and stuff like that.
So there's a reason for that, because it's Three Fields Entertainment. A lot of the people from, might even be the whole team, but a lot of people from the Burnout crew are working on Dangerous Driving.
Yeah.
So, and like, they made Burnout Paradise, which I don't know if that was them. But Burnout Paradise was similar, but not quite the same. There's a sense of speed. There's a graphical styling to like everything from like Burnout 2 all the way up into like Takedown and Revenge, where they just had everything. Once you got up to a certain speed, everything just starts moving so fast that it's just lines on the screen. And like everything sparks when you hit it. There's just orange and yellow sparks that come off of things. And
Like Logan
didn't
Spider.
yeah, I didn't see
What?
that too much in Burnout Paradise. Like, yeah,
Oh, right.
you get going really fast in that, but it doesn't feel the same. And yeah, the slow-mo crinkling cars were in Paradise, but in the first 5 seconds, if you had not told me this was not literally called Burnout, I would have said this is the next Burnout. And it really is. The only reason they can't use Burnout is because EA owns the Burnout name.
But I like the name anyways.
Yeah.
It's double D.
So that's a play. They had another game called Dangerous Golf, which was another I think you would like hit a ball into a room, and similar to the aftertouch in Burnout, you can like guide the ball around the room and you're trying to break everything in the room. I played it a couple times. I don't know why, but even with an i7 and a 960, it was struggling to load that game. Like
Really?
there was something about it. It just wasn't optimized and it was kind of tripped over itself. Once I started playing it, I liked it a lot, but yeah, it did not run well on lower powered machines for something that should be kind of a approachable game.
I mean,
like-
maybe you just needed my PC.
Right. I kind of did, yeah. But yeah, it's that kind of I don't know if they have any other games in like the Dangerous lineup, but yeah. It's in that family.
Danger.
Speaking of struggling PCs, Logan, how's your PC doing?
My PC's doing great. It's not that slow.
It's had quite a few problems lately, but you bought a bunch of
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, the processor's kind of old, so it struggles a little bit on some older
Mhm.
stuff. It doesn't like multitasking, but that's doing pretty good. Why? Why do you ask?
Well, I know you just bought some shit, and we're gonna
I might have bought
upgrade
a
yours.
thing or two.
Yeah, we're gonna upgrade Logan's PC. We're gonna do that on stream, like whatever we built my PC on stream. We're gonna do that.
Mhm.
That is gonna be.
April 14th.
It's going to
You
be
are
way more
correct.
difficult because I won't be there to like point out like don't do that. Stop doing that. I can't tell what you're doing.
Oh, Clayton, I sent you a message the other day, but I don't know if you saw it. But I was like, hey, is there anything I should buy, like canned air? And then the next thing I sent you was a meme, and you only replied to the meme and not the question.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Okay.
Well,
so-
it was a good meme, so I could see why it would have distracted you.
It completely overshadowed it.
Logan has been forbidden in certain Facebook chats from using memes, and it's fucking epic. It's so great.
It pisses
Yeah.
me off. I'm like, memes now? And they're like, no, dude.
Because you will put 50 fucking memes, and it's like,
No,
where were we?
no.
We were having an actual discussion about something, and you just
Not
came in
50.
and blast.
Like 28.
You just come in like a wrecking ball.
See, there's a
All right,
meme.
Miley. God damn
Meme.
it, Clay. Don't encourage him. Oh.
Memes are good, you guys.
I can take them or leave them.
Memes
They're hit or miss.
good.
Moves are good.
So I thought when you said you had messaged Clayton Canned Air, I thought you were going to say, and the next thing I knew is I got an ad for Canned Air. So we were at
Oh yeah.
South by Southwest in Austin
I
a couple weekends
Think
ago.
So
And we talked to a man who was like, had some shirts out on his table, and we were just checking them out. And he was like, and here's like this pamphlet, and it's talking about like blank shirts that you can buy from distributors. A blank shirt is just literally a shirt that's blank with nothing on it, and then you can buy it and put shit on it. And literally, that was Saturday. Sunday morning, Clayton is on Instagram, and he just gets an ad for blank shirts. We never said those words.
It's got
He
a
never
fast
s-
response time.
It's fucking unreal. There are times now where I don't want to even have a discussion with Clayton about something that may be controversial, maybe is something private that we're talking about, like Carpe Boredom. Like,
yeah.
we don't want anyone to know about this
Well, we already know
because
that
it's listening.
all the other YouTubers have bugs in our places to steal the games
They
days
fucking
before we
do.
play them.
Oh
so
yeah,
many
it's true.
times.
But I mean, our phones are always listening to us. I mean, you
They
say
literally are. Yeah.
you say, I'm gonna cover up my microphone. Okay, Google, and then your phone is like, I'm listening, like it hasn't already.
But I never use that feature. I never
I use
say
it
those
all the
words.
time.
Okay, Google. See if it turns on.
Yeah, no, you do Hey Bixby instead.
I fucking hate Bixby.
I don't know why everyone
I
hates
have
it.
that
Now that I
disabled.
have it, I use it all the time.
Apparently, in the S10s, I think you can reprogram the Bixby button to a
You
A
can
Google
reprogram it on all updated Android devices now.
okay,
apparently.
that's what it was.
I know.
Yeah.
I
And-
updated my phone, and all of a sudden
can
it came
make it a-
back again.
You can make it a double tap instead, which makes it so you don't accidentally. hit it.
But does that change the functionality, or just
no,
change
you
the
can you can
command?
change what it opens as well if you want.
Okay, I might do that then.
Maybe you should upgrade. You want to upgrade phones, Clay?
The-
Let's
the
upgrade.
thing
Let's
that
move to Verizon.
The thing that I didn't like about it was that
We going? We going now?
when we would put it in the clamps to use on
The clamps?
on the camera tripods,
Yep.
inevitably we would either hit the volume button, the power button, or the Bixby button.
Yeah.
And I was just like, can you give us just like 2 spots on here where I can prop this phone up and not hit a button?
Nope.
The whole point was to
could you
not
don't?
have buttons on this thing. And it makes me wonder because the new Pixel 3s, I think, have squeeze control.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, you can-
what? There's a Pixel 3. I haven't seen anything about the Pixel 3.
The Pixel
Yeah.
2 has squeeze control too.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you literally like put pressure on the edges of the phone, and that is
Mhm.
that is an input command.
Instead of saying, "Okay, Google," I just squeeze it and it's like saying it.
Gotcha.
Which
Okay.
it's kind of
Squeeze
annoying
what?
when I'm trying to
The-
like grab
the
it out of my
phone?
pocket or something.
Yes,
and I
like
squeeze it a little too
grip
much.
your phone.
Yeah, like-
Really?
Yeah.
Here, like for audio listeners, I'm squeezing my phone on camera. I just, my grandma just texted me and it was about to show.
Oh
Just
wait, is that the
crushes the
grandma
phone in
that
his
we
hand.
called at 11 o'clock at night?
It
Uh-huh.
definitely is.
I only have one grandma currently.
Hi, Grandma.
I just squeeze it.
I'm in the market for
Squeeze it.
another.
Oh,
Any grandmas out there want to hit me up?
this is how we
God.
learned that Logan's
I got an
a
open
thing for
slot
grandmothers.
I got an open slot for a new grandma.
Hit me up on
God.
Tinder.
Hit me up on. I can't think of a joke. I'm bailing.
Grandmasonly.com.
Oh, God. I did not know there was anything about the Pixel 3. Well, now, shit, I may need to check
Mhm.
out the Pixel 3 and see if maybe I want to go ahead and make that jump. But don't tell Logan
Nah.
because then he's going to fucking give me shit about it.
I like
Why
all
would I
of
give
my
you shit?
Samsung accessories.
I would promote that idea.
Because I've given you shit when you got the Pixel 2 because I'm in the Samsung. Like, I give people shit for iPhones all the time because people just think that they're so damn elite.
I see.
Yeah,
I
they're
can
so
get
much
whatever phone
better.
you want. I don't care.
But once you get into that atmosphere, like all your shit is either
Mhm.
iPhone or all your shit Samsung. Like I have the Samsung headphones, I have the Samsung watches, I have the Samsung phones. Like I don't want to leave my
You have a Samsung
preferred-
laptop, but that was not even planned.
When I got my Pixel
yeah.
2, the reason why I wanted to get a Pixel over a Samsung was because of all the like bloatware they put on it, and they lock you into their home screen app. I forget what it was called. It was TouchWiz or something like that.
Yeah, TouchWiz.
And I didn't like having all that space taken up on a bunch of apps I wasn't going to use. Like if you don't care about that, that's fine. Get the Samsung. I don't even think they do that anymore. Actually,
I
think
take
not
off
as bad.
all that shit.
they took
Not as
out all the
bad.
bloatware. I think, but
You can remove almost all of it. I don't
Which is-
think you can uninstall Facebook, but you can disable it.
which is great. I'm glad that they did that, but I already bailed before they did that for me. So,
Yeah.
also, the other thing I don't like is AT&T, my internet service provider, my cell phone provider. They put a bunch of apps you can't delete off of there too.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I was
Sprint.
dealing when I had the Samsung Note 5, I think it was. I had to deal with Samsung's bloatware and AT&T's bloatware that was taking
Yep.
up like a third of my memory, and that
Yeah.
phone didn't have a memory card slip or a memory card slot in it, so I had to just deal with it, and I ran out of
Yeah.
space all the time. I hated it.
Sprint has some applications that they installed. They're mostly non-invasive. It's just like, here's your voicemail app, and here's your my Sprint app or something, like, so you can access your bill if you want to. It's like,
Right.
it's fine.
Stuff you would
Disable 'em.
actually use at some point.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like I'm pretty sure I had, because it was an Android, there was the Gmail app, and because
Yep.
it was a Samsung, there was Samsung's email app, and because it was AT&T also had an email app. So I had
God.
3 email applications on my phone when I got it, and I couldn't delete the 2 I didn't use.
And then I downloaded Boxer and
I don't even know what that is.
an Outlook. I've just got
But,
5 email
I
apps
don't know,
all
like,
tied to the
when,
same
when
account.
I bailed, it was for that reason. But if that doesn't bother you, I'm not going to hold that against anybody for wanting to get it, because the Samsung phones are pretty powerful and they're pretty cool. So
Some very subtle shade there. I guess if it works for you, that's fine.
that was not my intention, but
You should come
Someone
back to
like
the dark
then.
side.
You.
Yeah, I guess.
that
if
that wasn't my
if you
intention.
don't
But go
mind.
off then.
No, I'm just kidding. Shoot, what were we talking about before?
I don't know. Burnout.
We were talking about ending the podcast. Bye. What if we just ended it right there with
So-
me just saying that and it just cut
What
the
what
credits?
is the time count right now? Because I'm obviously
Hour 5.
off.
Hour 5.
Okay. So actually, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you
Is it
very
really?
much for watching and listening. We are going to be doing these once a month. It's going to release on YouTube the first Monday of the month. And hopefully we'll have some more sites we're going to be putting this up for just the audio portion. But in the meantime, while we're off stream, you should go check out our website for more information about Carpe Boredom. It's carpeboredom.com. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, it was all right.
I guess.
Fuck
I guess
you
if
guys.
It works for you.
Ugh, I guess.
It's been a year dealing with your asses. I can't believe I am saying this, but I look forward to another year.
I guess.
Okay, bye.
Bye.